Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits.
Angel Reese just stepped into the WNBA, and within 5 minutes, she's already threatening a strike. That's like getting hired at McDonald's, burning the fries on day one, and demanding to be regional manager. She seems to think tantrums work better than jump shots, because she's not exactly climbing the ladder. She hasn't even been in the league for a full second, yet she's ready to flip the entire WNBA table, forgetting that this table's been duct taped together for 27 years and mostly propped up by the NBA's petty cash.
We all did it.
Yeah, the CBA is coming up soon. I can't wait.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we gotta get paid for consequences.
What?
Damn, we gotta get it up.
Y'all gotta do something. Y'all gotta do something.
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year, or because the ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are. They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
Let's rewind. Reese claimed her WNBA salary doesn't even cover rent. Tragic, right? $74,000 a year, and she's crying broke like some starving Brooklyn artist. Never mind, she was cashing in over $1.8 million in college just for existing in front of a camera. Now that she's expected to actually play basketball for a living instead of signing sneakers and yelling "period" on TikTok, it's suddenly a national emergency. The delusion is so strong it could apply for statehood.
So they're upset. They want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, "I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills." Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season. She quipped, hating pays them bills, baby, noting I can't read this. Tom's better.
Meanwhile, Patrick Bet-David, casually sipping from a mug full of economic facts, obliterated the entire victim narrative with the precision of a military drone. Angel brings feelings, Patrick brings math. Turns out the WNBA makes less money than a high school bake sale and loses $50 million a year doing it. But sure, let's double the salaries. Why not? Maybe we can fund it with monopoly money or positive affirmations.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
The WNBA is what happens when you mix social justice participation trophies with a business model that hasn't worked since 1997. It's like watching someone try to make fetch happen, but instead of giving up, they just scream louder every year. Strikes, protests, salary demands. Sweetie, maybe win some games first? Or wild idea. Learn to shoot above 25% from the field before threatening the league with extinction.
They were demanding chartered flights, private airfare. The diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, she borrowed some weakness from Adam Silver and she acquiesced to these unreasonable demands. Knowing her beloved dump could not afford it. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that it would not be enough. You see, the thing about entitlement, you can never satisfy the perceived need. Once you give in to entitlement, you are setting yourself up for a lifetime of unreasonable demands. Entitled people, they are experts at recognizing weakness, which is why Adam Silver and Kat Engelbert are constantly being taken advantage of. When the WNBA approved chartered flights, I told you guys that their next demand, it was going to be focused on their minimum wage salaries. Us normal people, myself included,
Here's a fun stat. The WNBA is subsidized by the NBA like an unemployed sibling living in the basement. The NBA shovels in $10 to $12 million a year just to keep the women's league on life support. Angel threatening to strike? That's like a houseplant threatening to move out. The NBA wouldn't just survive a strike. They'd probably pop champagne and savor a brief summer of financial relief.
last 30 years, we look at this situation and realize WNBA players, they don't have any leverage. Hell, they are lucky they're not having to pay to participate in this league. They are lucky to be receiving their minimum wage salaries. Anytime you're going into negotiations, the side with the most leverage, they usually win. Right now, there are rumors of a potential strike in Major League Baseball. Captain Doofus Rob Manfred,
But here's where the comedy turns tragic. Some WNBA players are furious that Caitlin Clark is the new face of the league. The same Caitlin Clark who's literally saving their jobs by selling out arenas, boosting viewership by 170%, and raising merchandise sales by 600%. That's right. WNBA players are so allergic to success, they're mad at the one person bringing in money. It's like a sinking ship blaming the lifeboat for being too photogenic. Apparently, some of the league's veterans missed the memo. You can't bite the hand that's feeding you, especially when that hand is signing your paychecks. Caitlin Clark isn't just hooping, she's reviving an entire league that's been on life support for decades. And the thanks she gets? Side eyes, cheap fouls, and an almost cult-like resentment from players who should be sending her gift baskets and fruit trays.
Years later, they got a team there, number one. Number two, when Caitlin Clark came into the league, they left the arena they normally play in and had to go to an NBA venue because they were selling out. When Caitlin Clark was going to other cities, they were changing the venue they play in because they were going to larger venues because they were selling out.
You'd think packed arenas and national media attention would be a reason to celebrate. But no, some WNBA veterans are treating Caitlin Clark's success like an invasion, not a resurrection. They don't see her as a teammate in the fight for relevance. They see her as a threat to their fragile egos and dwindling spotlight. That's where the jealousy creeps in, the kind of envy that isn't about Caitlin doing anything wrong but doing everything right. Let's be honest, the WNBA hasn't seen this level of buzz in decades. The league spent years begging for visibility, pleading for TV time, and trying to convince people they mattered. Then comes Caitlin, fresh out of college, and suddenly, bam, they're the hottest ticket in town. And instead of embracing the surge, some players act like she kicked over their Gatorade cooler and stole their parking spots.
Well, you're going to be seeing a lot more of Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever this season. The WNBA announced the team will be nationally televised in 41 out of their 44 regular season games.
There's no logical reason to be mad at someone who's making you relevant, but when ego outweighs common sense, logic goes out the window. Instead of leveraging Caitlin Clark's popularity, some athletes are busy undermining it, throwing shade in interviews, delivering cheap shots on the court, and pouting like it's high school gym class. It's a masterclass in self-sabotage. So what's really going on? It's not about basketball, it's about clout. It's the sudden realization that someone younger, more charismatic, and yes, more marketable is holding the spotlight they thought was theirs. Caitlin didn't just change the game, she shifted the entire power dynamic, and some people just can't handle it. Here's the kicker. If they played their cards right, they could all win. Ride the Caitlin Clark wave into bigger paychecks, better endorsements, and a league that finally gets the respect it's always claimed to deserve. Instead, they're too busy trying to sink the one player actually keeping the boat afloat.